What separates those who merely dream of success from those who achieve it? Is it talent, resources, or just luck? The answer lies in a mindset that fosters growth and the ability to harness life's opportunities with clarity and resilience. Success isn't about being born with extraordinary skills or having all the answers from the start. It's about cultivating an attitude of continual learning, embracing change, and turning insights into actionable results. Growth Insight. Strengthen Your Path to Success is your guide to developing these essential traits. Through this book, you'll discover practical strategies, relatable examples, and transformative exercises designed to empower you to overcome challenges and achieve your personal vision of success. This journey will equip you with the tools to unlock potential, foster meaningful connections, and create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Are you ready to take the first step towards strengthening your path to success? Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Foundation. Understanding Your Growth Potential. Have you ever stopped to think about the vast potential that lies within you? Often, the daily grind and distractions of life obscure our ability to recognize just how much we're capable of achieving. However, unlocking your potential is the foundation upon which all personal growth is built. Before you can succeed, you must first believe that success is possible for you, and that belief begins with understanding the unique strengths, talents, and abilities you already possess. At its core, growth is a journey of self-awareness. It starts with asking yourself honest questions about who you are and where you want to go. For example, think about a time when you accomplished something you were proud of. What made that moment possible? Perhaps it was your perseverance, a particular skill, or even your willingness to take a risk. These moments of triumph offer clues about your strengths and how you can build on them. When you take the time to reflect on your past, you start to uncover patterns, strengths you can lean into, and obstacles you may need to address. Imagine a young professional named Sarah. She worked tirelessly in her corporate job, but often felt stuck in the same routine. One day, she decided to list her skills and passions. Through this exercise, she realized her talent for problem-solving and her deep interest in environmental issues. With this newfound awareness, Sarah pursued a role in sustainability within her company, aligning her strengths with her values. Her journey didn't start with external changes, but with an honest assessment of her own potential. Like Sarah, your growth begins with understanding what you bring to the table and where you want to apply it. Believing in your potential also requires breaking free from limiting beliefs. These are the thoughts that tell you, "I'm not smart enough," "It's too late to try," or "Success is for other people." These beliefs often stem from past experiences or external influences, but they don't define your future. Instead of letting these thoughts hold you back, challenge them with evidence of your capabilities. For instance, remind yourself of times you've overcome challenges or achieved unexpected results. When you focus on your strengths rather than your doubts, you begin to see yourself in a more empowering light. Consider how athletes train. They don't start out as champions, they start with the belief that they can improve. Every small victory, whether it's running an extra mile or improving their technique, reinforces their confidence. Similarly, your belief in your potential grows stronger with each step you take toward self-improvement. It's not about being perfect, but about making progress and building momentum. Another key to unlocking your growth potential is maintaining a curious mindset. Curiosity keeps you open to learning and discovery. When you approach life with curiosity, you begin to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to fear. Think about how children learn. They ask questions, explore, and aren't afraid to make mistakes. As adults, we sometimes lose that sense of curiosity, but reigniting it can transform the way we view our own potential. For example, Michael, a mid-career professional, found himself in a stagnant position at work. Instead of resigning to the situation, he decided to take an online course in leadership. Through the process, he not only gained new skills, but also discovered a passion for mentoring others. His willingness to stay curious opened doors he hadn't considered before. Like Michael, when you commit to learning and exploring, you open yourself up to possibilities you might never have imagined. To strengthen your foundation of growth, take time to reflect on your unique qualities. Ask yourself questions like, what are my strengths? What excites me? And what values guide my decisions? These questions may seem simple, but the answers can provide powerful insights. When you know what drives you and what you're good at, you gain clarity about where to focus your energy. Growth isn't about becoming someone else, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. By understanding and embracing your potential, you create a solid foundation for success. It's not about comparing yourself to others or meeting society's expectations. It's about charting your own path based on your strengths and aspirations. When you take ownership of your journey, you empower yourself to move forward with confidence and purpose. Now it's your turn to reflect and take action. Find a quiet moment today to consider your own growth potential. Write down 3 strengths you possess and 3 areas where you'd like to improve. Think about how these qualities have shaped your experiences so far and how they can guide your future. What steps can you take this week to build on your strengths? How can you challenge a limiting belief that has been holding you back? Remember, this is just the beginning of your journey, and every small step you take strengthens the foundation for the growth and success ahead. Chapter 2: Embracing Change. The Catalyst for Growth. Why is change so difficult, even when we know it's necessary? The truth is, stepping out of our comfort zone often feels risky, uncertain, and uncomfortable. Yet change is an essential ingredient for growth. Without it, progress becomes stagnant, and opportunities pass us by. Embracing change doesn't mean ignoring the challenges it brings. It means shifting our mindset to see change as a catalyst for transformation, rather than a roadblock. At its core, change represents movement. It is the shift from what we know to what we've yet to discover. However, many of us resist change because it disrupts the familiar patterns and routines that give us a sense of stability. Think about starting a new job, moving to a different city, or even trying a new hobby. Each of these changes requires adaptation, which can feel daunting at first. But within that discomfort lies the potential for growth. Consider James, a high school teacher who had taught the same curriculum for years. When his school implemented a new technology-based learning system, James initially resisted. He worried about losing control of his classroom and whether he could adapt to the unfamiliar tools. However, after attending workshops and seeking advice from colleagues, James not only mastered the technology but also found that his students were more engaged than ever before. By embracing change, James discovered new ways to connect with his students and reignited his passion for teaching. Change also brings opportunities to reevaluate our priorities. When we resist change, we often hold on to habits, relationships, or beliefs that no longer serve us. Embracing change allows us to let go of what isn't working and make space for something better. For instance, imagine someone who has been in a job they dislike for years. The idea of leaving feels terrifying, but staying means enduring dissatisfaction. By taking the leap to explore a new career, they not only free themselves from a negative environment, but also open doors to new possibilities. It's natural to fear the unknown, but fear doesn't have to hold you back. Instead of viewing change as a threat, try to see it as an opportunity to learn. Every significant growth moment in life, whether it's a promotion, a relationship milestone, or a personal achievement, likely came after some form of change. The fear you feel is a sign that you're stepping into something new, and new experiences are where growth happens. Imagine a young entrepreneur named Lisa who started a small bakery. Initially, her focus was on traditional recipes, but over time, her customers began asking for gluten-free and vegan options. Lisa hesitated at first, unsure whether she could adjust her methods and recipes. However, she decided to experiment, even attending a culinary course to learn the new techniques. The result? Her bakery became known for its inclusivity and innovation, doubling its customer base. Lisa's willingness to adapt turned a challenge into an incredible opportunity. Adapting to change also requires cultivating resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and keep moving forward, even when the path isn't easy. When you face unexpected changes, resilience helps you stay grounded and focused on your long-term goals. Think of it as a muscle that strengthens with each challenge you overcome. The more you practice resilience, the easier it becomes to navigate future changes with confidence. One way to build resilience is to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't. For example, during the pandemic, many businesses were forced to close or pivot to new models. A local gym owner named Raj faced this challenge head-on. Instead of dwelling on the loss of in-person clients, he began offering online fitness classes. By adapting to the situation and focusing on what he could control, Raj not only retained his client base but also reached new customers beyond his local area. Another essential aspect of embracing change is the ability to reframe your perspective. Instead of seeing change as a loss, try to view it as a chance to grow. For instance, when a friend moves away, it's easy to focus on the sadness of their departure, but reframing the situation allows you to appreciate the opportunity to strengthen your long-distance communication skills and build new connections in your local community. Perspective shapes how you experience change, so choosing an empowering outlook can make all the difference. A curious mindset can also help you navigate change with enthusiasm rather than hesitation. When you approach change with curiosity, you open yourself to learning and discovery. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Or, how can this change bring out the best in me? These questions shift your focus from fear to possibility, allowing you to explore the potential benefits of the change. To put this into practice, think about a recent change in your life, big or small. Maybe it was starting a new project, meeting new people, or rearranging your daily routine. Reflect on how you initially felt and how the change affected you over time. Did it bring any unexpected benefits? Did it teach you something about yourself or your abilities? Now, take this reflection a step further with a practical exercise. Choose one area of your life where you've been resisting change. It could be a habit you've been meaning to break, a goal you've been hesitant to pursue, or even a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Write down why you've been resisting this change and what fears or doubts are holding you back. Then list 3 potential benefits that could come from embracing the change. For example, if you've been hesitant to start exercising regularly, your resistance might stem from fear of failure or not knowing where to start. Potential benefits could include improved health, higher energy levels, and increased confidence. By focusing on the positive outcomes, you can begin to shift your mindset and take the first step toward embracing the change. Remember, change isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Every new experience, no matter how challenging, holds the potential for growth. As you continue your journey, keep in mind that the discomfort of change is temporary, but the rewards of growth are lasting. Chapter 3: Clarity and Focus. Defining your success path. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices in life? With so many possibilities, it can be hard to decide where to direct your energy and attention. But here's the truth. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. The key to progress lies in clarity of focus, defining a path that aligns with your goals and values. Focus is the foundation of achievement. It allows you to channel your time and energy toward meaningful pursuits, cutting through distractions and doubts. However, clarity of focus doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentional effort. Without it, you risk drifting aimlessly, unsure of which direction to take. By defining your success path, you create a roadmap that keeps you on track, even when challenges arise. Imagine a college student named Emily. She was passionate about many subjects, but struggled to decide on a major. Her indecision left her feeling stuck and frustrated. One day, Emily sat down and listed her top interests and career aspirations. Through this process, she realized her love for environmental science and her desire to make a positive impact on the planet. By narrowing her focus, Emily found clarity and began pursuing opportunities aligned with her passion. This shift not only gave her direction, but also a renewed sense of purpose. Clarity and focus also means understanding what matters most to you. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your priorities. Think about how often we get caught up in tasks or commitments that don't contribute to our long-term goals. Without clear priorities, our time gets consumed by what's urgent rather than what's important. Taking the time to define your values and goals ensures that your efforts align with what truly matters. Consider the story of Jason, a busy professional who felt overwhelmed by his workload. Despite working long hours, he didn't feel any closer to his personal or career goals. After reflecting on his priorities, Jason realized he was spending too much time on low-impact tasks and neglecting the projects that truly excited him. By restructuring his schedule and focusing on high-value activities, Jason regained control of his time and made significant progress toward his goals. Another essential aspect of clarity is setting specific, measurable goals. Vague ambitions like be successful or get fit lack the direction needed to inspire action. Instead, clear goals provide a concrete target to work toward. For example, lose 10 pounds in 3 months by exercising 4 times a week and eating balanced meals is far more actionable than simply saying, get healthy. The more precise your goals, the easier it becomes to create a plan and track your progress. Take Sarah, a small business owner who wanted to grow her customer base. At first, her goal was simply to get more clients. However, she struggled to make meaningful progress until she defined her target audience and set a specific goal of attracting 20 new clients within 6 months. With this clarity, Sarah developed a focused marketing strategy and successfully achieved her objective. Her success came not from working harder, but from working smarter, guided by a clear vision. Clarity of focus also involves learning to say no. Every opportunity or request that comes your way isn't necessarily the right fit for your goals. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, saying no to distractions allows you to say yes to what truly matters. When you protect your time and energy, you create space for the activities that align with your success path. For example, Maria, a freelance graphic designer, often felt burned out because she accepted every project that came her way. After evaluating her goals, Maria realized she wanted to specialize in branding for small businesses. She started declining projects outside her niche and dedicating her time to clients who aligned with her vision. This shift not only improved her work-life balance, but also increased her satisfaction and income. Achieving clarity and focus isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. As you grow and evolve, your goals and priorities may change. Regularly reviewing your success path ensures that it remains aligned with your values and aspirations. Think of it as a compass, guiding you through life's twists and turns. To build clarity and focus, start by asking yourself, what does success look like to me? Your answer should reflect your personal vision, not someone else's expectations. For some, success might mean advancing in their career, while for others, it could mean achieving work-life balance or making a difference in their community. Defining your version of success ensures that your focus remains authentic and meaningful. Another powerful tool for gaining clarity is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal life 5 or 10 years from now. What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel? Visualization helps you connect with your goals on a deeper level, making them more tangible and motivating. Now it's time to put these concepts into practice. Take a moment to reflect on your current goals and priorities. Are they clear and specific, or do they feel vague and scattered? Write down 3 goals that are important to you, ensuring they are specific, measurable, and aligned with your values. For each goal, identify one action you can take this week to move closer to achieving it. For example, if one of your goals is to improve your communication skills, your action step might be to join a public speaking group or practice giving a presentation. If your goal is to save money for a vacation, your action step might be creating a budget or setting up a savings account. By defining your success path and taking intentional steps forward, you set yourself up for meaningful growth and achievement. Clarity of focus isn't about having all the answers. It's about knowing where to direct your energy and trusting the process. As you continue this journey, remember that every small step brings you closer to your goals. Stay focused, stay inspired, and keep moving forward with purpose. Chapter 4. Building Resilience. Thriving through challenges. Why do some people seem to bounce back from setbacks while others struggle to recover? The answer lies in resilience, the ability to adapt, recover, and grow stronger in the face of adversity. Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about navigating them with strength and determination. When you cultivate resilience, you equip yourself to thrive even in difficult circumstances. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. From career setbacks to personal losses, challenges are inevitable. While these moments can feel overwhelming, they also present opportunities for growth. Resilience allows you to reframe hardships as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. It shifts your focus from what went wrong to how you can move forward, empowering you to take control of your circumstances instead of being defined by them. Consider David, a small business owner who faced a major setback when his store flooded. The damage was extensive, and the cost of repairs seemed insurmountable. While others might have given up, David chose to see the challenge as a chance to rebuild better. He worked tirelessly to reopen, using the opportunity to redesign the store and improve customer experience. When the business reopened, it quickly became more successful than before. David's resilience transformed a crisis into an opportunity for growth. Building resilience begins with mindset. The way you perceive challenges has a significant impact on your ability to overcome them. When faced with a setback, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking, focusing on what's wrong or blaming yourself for the situation. However, a resilient mindset shifts the narrative. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" This perspective fosters a sense of empowerment and possibility, turning obstacles into valuable lessons. Think about a time when you faced a difficult situation. Perhaps you lost a job, ended a relationship, or faced a health challenge. What helped you get through it? Often, resilience is built through small acts of courage and perseverance. It's the decision to take one more step, try one more solution, or seek support when needed. These moments of persistence add up, strengthening your ability to face future challenges with confidence. Another key component of resilience is adaptability. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and the ability to adjust your approach is crucial for overcoming obstacles. Adaptability doesn't mean giving up on your goals, it means finding new ways to achieve them. For instance, imagine a student named Mia who planned to study abroad but had her plans disrupted by a global event. Instead of abandoning her dream, Mia explored virtual exchange programs and cultural immersion activities in her hometown. Her adaptability allowed her to pursue her goal in a different way, turning disappointment into a rewarding experience. Support systems also play a vital role in resilience. When you face challenges, the encouragement of friends, family, or mentors can provide a lifeline. Sharing your struggles and seeking advice helps you feel less alone and offers fresh perspectives on how to move forward. For example, during a particularly challenging period at work, Maria leaned on her professional network for guidance. Their insights and support helped her navigate the situation and emerge stronger. Resilience isn't about avoiding emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about processing your feelings in a healthy way and finding strength within them. Acknowledging your emotions, whether it's frustration, sadness, or fear, allows you to move through them rather than being stuck in them. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing mindfulness can help you process emotions and regain clarity. Imagine Alex, a recent college graduate who faced rejection after rejection during his job search. Instead of letting the disappointment define him, Alex started journaling about his experiences. This practice helped him identify areas for improvement in his applications and reminded him of his accomplishments. Over time, Alex's resilience paid off, and he landed a role that aligned with his skills and goals. Another important aspect of resilience is self-care. When you're navigating challenges, taking care of your physical and mental well-being is essential. Sleep, exercise, and nutrition aren't just good habits, they're building blocks for resilience. When your body and mind are well-nourished, you're better equipped to handle stress and recover from setbacks. Resilience doesn't mean you have to face challenges alone. Seeking help when needed is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether it's professional guidance, therapy, or simply asking a friend for support, reaching out ensures you have the resources to overcome obstacles. For example, Claire, a single mother, struggled with the demands of balancing work and parenting. By joining a local support group, she found practical advice and emotional encouragement that helped her thrive. To build resilience, start by reflecting on your past challenges. What strategies helped you overcome them? What lessons did you learn? Recognizing your strengths and successes builds confidence in your ability to handle future obstacles. Additionally, focus on cultivating a positive outlook. While it's natural to feel discouraged at times, practicing gratitude and focusing on what's going well can shift your perspective and boost your resilience. Now it's time for a practical exercise. Think of a current challenge you're facing, no matter how big or small. Write down your initial thoughts and emotions about the situation. Then ask yourself these questions. What is within my control in this situation? What resources or support can I draw on to help me? What is one small step I can take to move forward? Take that step this week and notice how it changes your perspective. Even the smallest actions can create momentum and build your resilience over time. Resilience isn't a trait you're born with. It's a skill you can develop. By shifting your mindset, staying adaptable, seeking support, and prioritizing self-care, you can navigate life's challenges with strength and grace. Remember, every setback is an opportunity to grow, and with resilience, you can thrive no matter what comes your way. Chapter 5. The Power of Action. Turning insights into results. Have you ever had a great idea or a moment of clarity, only to watch it fade without taking action? Ideas and insights are powerful, but they remain dormant without the fuel of action. Taking action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the catalyst that transforms your intentions into tangible results. Often, the hardest part of taking action is starting. The gap between thinking about a goal and taking the first step can feel daunting. You might worry about failure, not knowing where to begin, or whether you're capable of succeeding. However, the truth is that progress doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. It comes from taking small, consistent steps forward, even when the path feels uncertain. Consider Rachel, who dreamed of writing a novel for years. She had countless story ideas, but the thought of writing an entire book overwhelmed her. After years of putting it off, Rachel decided to start small. She committed to writing 300 words a day, just one page. At first, it felt insignificant, but those daily actions added up. Within 6 months, Rachel completed the first draft of her novel. Her success wasn't about grand gestures, but consistent effort over time. Taking action also requires clarity about your goals. If you're unsure what you want to achieve, it's challenging to move forward. By defining your objectives, you create a roadmap that guides your actions. For example, a fitness goal like get healthier can feel vague and overwhelming. However, a clear goal like run a 5K in 3 months provides a specific target to work toward, making it easier to plan your next steps. Sometimes, fear can paralyze action. Fear of failure, rejection, or even success can hold you back from pursuing your goals. But taking action doesn't mean eliminating fear. It means moving forward despite it. When you act in the face of fear, you build confidence and resilience. For instance, imagine Mark, who wanted to start a business but worried about the risks. Instead of waiting until he felt completely ready, Mark began by creating a small side project. This incremental approach allowed him to learn and build momentum, eventually giving him the confidence to launch his business full-time. Action isn't always about grand gestures. Often, it's about doing the next right thing. A single email, a phone call, or even a conversation can set the wheels in motion. Think about Sarah, who aspired to change careers but felt stuck. Her first action was simply reaching out to a friend in the industry she was interested in. That one conversation opened doors to new connections and opportunities she hadn't anticipated. Every small step counts, and each one moves you closer to your goals. One of the most effective ways to stay in motion is to create habits that support your goals. Habits automate your actions, making it easier to stay consistent. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, building a habit of exercising at the same time each day removes the need for constant decision-making. Habits turn effort into routine, helping you sustain progress over the long term. Taking action also involves embracing failure as a natural part of the process. Mistakes aren't signs that you should give up. They're opportunities to learn and improve. Consider Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His persistence in the face of setbacks led to one of the most significant inventions in history. Like Edison, when you view failure as feedback, you can adjust your approach and continue moving forward. Accountability can be another powerful motivator for action. Sharing your goals with someone you trust creates a sense of responsibility to follow through. For instance, imagine Lisa, who wanted to run her first marathon but struggled to stay motivated. She joined a running group and shared her goal with the members. Their encouragement and the shared commitment kept her accountable, helping her achieve what once felt impossible. Another aspect of taking action is celebrating progress along the way. Acknowledging small wins boosts your confidence and keeps you motivated. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, celebrate milestones like mastering a set of vocabulary or completing a conversation. These celebrations remind you of how far you've come and inspire you to keep going. Now let's put these ideas into practice. Think about a goal or project you've been putting off. What's one small action you can take today to move closer to that goal? It could be sending an email, researching a course, or setting aside time to plan your next steps. Write it down and commit to doing it within the next 24 hours. Next, identify a habit you can build to support your goal. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, commit to drinking more water every day or preparing healthy meals each week. Start small and focus on consistency. Habits grow stronger with repetition. Finally, reflect on how you'll celebrate your progress. Whether it's treating yourself to something you enjoy or sharing your achievement with a friend, recognizing your efforts reinforces the value of taking action. Remember, action is what turns dreams into reality. Each step, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goals. As you continue your journey, embrace the power of action and trust that progress is being made. The path may not always be clear, but every step forward brings you closer to the success you seek. Chapter 6: Strategic Growth. Prioritizing what matters most. Do you ever feel like you're working hard but not making real progress? In a world full of demands and distractions, it's easy to mistake busyness for productivity. True growth, however, comes from focusing on what matters most. Strategic growth is about deliberately choosing where to invest your time, energy, and resources to achieve the greatest impact. It's not just about doing more, it's about doing what truly counts. At its heart, strategic growth begins with prioritization. This means understanding that not all tasks, goals, or opportunities are equally important. When everything feels urgent, it's tempting to try to tackle it all. But this approach can leave you feeling stretched too thin and achieving less than you're capable of. By prioritizing effectively, you align your actions with your most meaningful goals, creating a clear path toward progress. Take the example of Sarah, a marketing manager juggling multiple projects. Her days were packed with meetings and tasks, but at the end of each week, she felt like she wasn't advancing her team's key objectives. After reflecting on her workload, Sarah identified the 3 projects that had the most significant impact on her company's success. She began allocating more of her time and energy to these priorities, delegating less critical tasks to her team. This shift not only improved her results but also reduced her stress. Sarah's success wasn't about working harder, it was about working smarter. Strategic growth also involves understanding the difference between urgent and important. The urgent demands immediate attention, but it isn't always aligned with your long-term goals. The important, on the other hand, contributes to meaningful progress but doesn't always come with deadlines or external pressure. For example, responding to emails might feel urgent, but planning your career development or learning a new skill is often more important. When you focus on the important over the merely urgent, you create a foundation for sustainable success. Consider Mark, an aspiring entrepreneur who spent hours each day responding to client inquiries and managing administrative tasks. While these activities were necessary, they left little time for strategic planning and growth. By setting boundaries and dedicating specific hours to administrative work, Mark freed up time to develop new services and expand his business. His ability to prioritize the important over the urgent allowed him to grow his company in ways he never thought possible. Another aspect of strategic growth is learning to say no. Every time you say yes to something, you're implicitly saying no to something else. If you say yes to every opportunity, request, or idea, you risk diluting your focus and energy. Learning to say no, even to good opportunities, ensures you have the capacity to focus on what matters most. Imagine Maria, a nonprofit director with a passion for making a difference. She found herself overwhelmed by requests to join committees and take on new initiatives. While all the opportunities were meaningful, Maria realized she couldn't give her best to everything. She began evaluating each request based on how well it aligned with her organization's mission and her personal goals. By saying no to opportunities that didn't fit, Maria was able to devote more energy to the projects that had the greatest impact. Strategic growth also requires regular reflection and adjustment. Life is dynamic, and what's important today might not be tomorrow. By taking time to evaluate your goals and progress, you ensure that your efforts remain aligned with your priorities. For example, a teacher named James started the year focused on improving his students' test scores. Midway through the semester, he realized that fostering a love of learning had a more lasting impact. By adjusting his priorities, James created a more meaningful and rewarding experience for both himself and his students. Clarity is key to strategic growth. When you're clear about your goals and values, decision-making becomes easier. For instance, if your goal is to improve your financial health, clarity might mean focusing on paying off debt or building an emergency fund. With a clear target, you can evaluate each financial decision against its alignment with your priorities. Take a moment to think about your own goals. Are they clear and specific, or do they feel vague and scattered? For example, instead of a broad goal like advance my career, a specific goal might be earn a promotion to team leader within the next 12 months by completing a leadership course and exceeding my current performance metrics. The more specific your goals, the easier it is to prioritize your efforts and measure your progress. Now let's translate these concepts into action. Start by identifying your top 3 priorities. These might be personal, professional, or a combination of both. Next, reflect on how you're currently spending your time and energy. Are your daily actions aligned with these priorities, or are distractions and less important tasks taking over? For example, if one of your priorities is improving your health, but your days are filled with work and social obligations, consider how you can realign your schedule. This might mean setting aside time for exercise, preparing healthy meals, or practicing mindfulness. Finally, create a simple plan to focus on what matters most. Identify one action you can take this week to move closer to each of your top priorities. For instance, if your priority is building stronger relationships, your action might be scheduling a meaningful conversation with a loved one. If your priority is advancing your career, your action might be enrolling in a professional development course. Strategic growth isn't about perfection, it's about progress. By prioritizing what matters most and aligning your actions with your goals, you create a path toward meaningful success. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to your aspirations. As you continue this journey, stay focused, stay intentional, and trust that your efforts are building the life you truly want. Chapter 7. Leveraging Strengths. Amplify your unique abilities. Have you ever considered the strengths that make you unique? Often, we spend more time focusing on our weaknesses than recognizing the skills and talents that set us apart. But here's the truth. Growth and success come from leaning into your strengths, not just fixing your shortcomings. When you understand and amplify your unique abilities, you unlock your full potential and create a path toward meaningful achievements. Your strengths are the qualities and skills that come naturally to you. They might include creativity, problem-solving, empathy, leadership, or technical expertise. While others may have similar abilities, the way you combine and apply your strengths is entirely your own. Recognizing and leveraging these strengths allows you to approach challenges with confidence and authenticity. Consider Jacob, a software developer who loved solving complex problems but often felt overshadowed by more experienced colleagues. After a mentor encouraged him to focus on his strengths, Jacob began volunteering for projects that required innovative thinking and collaboration. His natural problem-solving abilities shone in these settings, and his contributions were soon recognized by his team. By leaning into his strengths, Jacob not only grew his confidence, but also advanced his career. One of the most effective ways to identify your strengths is through self-reflection. Think about the moments in your life when you felt accomplished or energized. What were you doing? What skills or qualities were you using? For example, if you feel proud of how you supported a friend through a tough time, empathy and active listening might be among your strengths. If you enjoyed organizing a community event, you likely excel at planning and coordination. These moments offer clues about your natural abilities and how you can apply them. Another way to uncover your strengths is by seeking feedback from others. Sometimes our greatest strengths are so second nature that we don't recognize them as special. Asking trusted friends, colleagues, or mentors for their perspective can provide valuable insights. For instance, Maria always assumed her attention to detail was ordinary until a coworker pointed out how her thoroughness improved the team's performance. Recognizing this strength allowed Maria to take on roles that required precision and quality control, where she excelled even further. Leveraging your strengths also means finding opportunities that align with them. When you apply your abilities in areas where they're most effective, you not only perform better, but also feel more fulfilled. For example, a teacher who thrives on creativity might focus on designing engaging lesson plans, while a manager with strong interpersonal skills might prioritize team building. Aligning your strengths with your work or personal goals creates a sense of purpose and satisfaction. Take the story of Liam, a sales professional who was naturally skilled at building relationships but struggled with administrative tasks. Instead of trying to excel in every aspect of his job, Liam focused on strengthening client connections and partnered with a colleague to handle the administrative work. This collaboration allowed Liam to exceed his sales targets while enjoying his work more. By leveraging his strengths, he achieved results that might have been impossible if he had spread himself too thin. Focusing on your strengths doesn't mean ignoring areas where you need improvement. Instead, it's about using your strengths as a foundation to address challenges. For example, imagine Emma, a graphic designer with a natural talent for visual storytelling, but limited technical skills in advanced design software. By relying on her storytelling ability, she created impactful designs while gradually improving her technical proficiency through training. Her focus on strengths allowed her to grow without feeling overwhelmed by her weaknesses. Another key to leveraging your strengths is recognizing the value they bring to others. Your unique abilities can contribute to your team, community, or family in meaningful ways. For instance, Alex, a college student, had a knack for organizing events. When his study group struggled to coordinate meetings and resources, Alex stepped in to create schedules and manage communication. His strengths not only improved the group's efficiency, but also strengthened their relationships. Recognizing how your strengths serve others adds purpose to your efforts and deepens your sense of fulfillment. Leveraging your strengths also helps you stand out in competitive environments. Whether you're applying for a job, starting a business, or pursuing a personal goal, showcasing what makes you unique gives you an edge. For example, when Sophia applied for a leadership role, she highlighted her ability to mentor and inspire her team, a strength that set her apart from other candidates. Her emphasis on her unique abilities demonstrated her value and helped her secure the position. To fully leverage your strengths, it's essential to continually develop them. Just because you're naturally good at something doesn't mean there isn't room for growth. Consider how athletes and artists, despite their natural talent, dedicate hours to practice and refinement. Similarly, by honing your strengths, you can take them to new levels of excellence. For example, Ethan, a gifted public speaker, joined a local Toastmasters club to refine his communication skills. This commitment to growth not only enhanced his speaking abilities, but also expanded his professional opportunities. Now it's time to put these ideas into action. Begin by reflecting on your own strengths. What activities make you feel energized and accomplished? What do others consistently praise you for? Write down 3 strengths that you believe define you. Then, think about how you're currently using these strengths in your personal or professional life. Are there opportunities to apply them more effectively? Next, consider a challenge or goal you're facing. How can you use your strengths to address it? For example, If your strength is creativity, think about how you can approach the challenge with innovative solutions. If your strength is organization, consider how a structured plan might help you achieve your goal. Finally, take one action this week to leverage your strengths in a new way. This might involve volunteering for a project at work, offering your skills to help a friend, or pursuing a hobby that aligns with your abilities. Pay attention to how this action impacts your confidence, motivation, and results. Remember, your strengths are the foundation of your growth and success. By recognizing, developing, and applying them, you amplify your unique abilities and unlock your full potential. As you continue your journey, trust in your strengths and the incredible value they bring to your life and the lives of others. Chapter 8: The Growth Mindset. Sustaining continuous improvement. What if your potential wasn't fixed, but instead something you could expand with effort and learning? The idea of a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can develop through dedication and perseverance, is a powerful tool for achieving success. Unlike a fixed mindset, which sees talents and intelligence as static traits, a growth mindset opens the door to continuous improvement and new possibilities. The growth mindset is rooted in the understanding that failure and challenges are not the end of the road, but stepping stones toward progress. Instead of avoiding difficulties, people with a growth mindset embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow. This perspective transforms setbacks from something to fear into something to value. Consider Anna, a musician who struggled with stage fright. At first, she believed she simply wasn't cut out for performing and avoided opportunities to play in front of an audience. But after learning about the growth mindset, Anna began to see her fear as a skill to work on rather than a permanent limitation. She started small, performing for friends and family, gradually increasing her audience size. Over time, Anna's confidence grew, and she became a regular performer. Her success wasn't due to innate talent, but to her willingness to improve through consistent effort. The growth mindset also emphasizes the importance of learning from feedback. While criticism can be difficult to hear, it provides valuable insights into how you can improve. For example, imagine John, a graphic designer who received less than stellar feedback on a project. Instead of taking it personally, John saw the feedback as a chance to refine his skills. He sought clarification, experimented with new techniques, and delivered an updated design that exceeded expectations. By embracing feedback as part of the process, John not only improved his work but also strengthened his relationships with clients. One key to adopting a growth mindset is recognizing the power of yet. When you encounter a challenge or don't achieve your desired outcome, adding yet to your perspective can shift your thinking. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," try saying, "I can't do this yet." This small word reinforces the idea that your abilities are still developing and that success is a matter of time and effort. Imagine Leah, a high school student struggling with math. Her initial reaction was to label herself as bad at math and avoid the subject. But her teacher encouraged her to adopt the mindset of not yet. With this shift, Leah started viewing her struggles as part of the learning process rather than a fixed limitation. She sought extra help, practiced consistently, and eventually improved her skills. The mindset of yet gave her the patience and determination to keep trying until she succeeded. Another essential element of the growth mindset is curiosity. People with a growth mindset are naturally curious about the world and eager to explore new ideas. This curiosity drives them to seek out opportunities for learning and personal development. For instance, Carlos, an engineer, noticed that his industry was moving towards sustainable technology. Instead of sticking to his current expertise, Carlos enrolled in a course on renewable energy. His willingness to learn and adapt not only expanded his knowledge, but also positioned him as a leader in his field. The growth mindset also applies to relationships. Viewing relationships as opportunities for growth encourages you to approach conflicts and misunderstandings with an open mind. For example, Emma and David, a married couple, often argued about how to manage their finances. Instead of seeing these arguments as signs of incompatibility, they chose to treat them as chances to learn more about each other's values and communication styles. By adopting a growth-oriented approach, they develop better financial habits and strengthen their relationship. Resilience is another hallmark of the growth mindset. When you believe that growth is possible, setbacks become temporary rather than defining. Consider Nathan, an entrepreneur whose first business failed. Instead of giving up, Nathan analyzed what went wrong, sought advice from experienced mentors, and applied what he learned to his next venture. His second business not only succeeded, but also grew into a thriving company. Nathan's resilience was fueled by his belief in his ability to improve. Adopting a growth mindset requires practice and intentional effort. It's natural to feel discouraged when faced with challenges or failures, but the growth mindset reminds you to focus on what you can learn and how you can grow. This perspective doesn't eliminate obstacles, it equips you to overcome them with determination and creativity. Now it's time to put the growth mindset into action. Reflect on a recent challenge or setback you faced. How did you respond to it? Did you see it as a failure, or did you view it as an opportunity to learn? Write down what you learned from the experience and how you can apply that knowledge in the future. Next, identify an area in your life where you'd like to improve. It could be a skill, a habit, or even a relationship. Commit to taking one specific action this week to work on that area. For example, if you want to improve your public speaking, you might practice presenting in front of a small group or record yourself to identify areas for improvement. Finally, remind yourself of the power of yet. When you encounter a challenge or feel frustrated by slow progress, repeat the phrase, "I'm not there yet." This mindset reinforces your belief in your ability to grow and keeps you motivated to keep trying. The growth mindset is a lifelong practice, but its impact is profound. By embracing challenges, valuing feedback, and believing in your capacity to improve, you unlock new possibilities for personal and professional success. Remember, your potential is limitless when you commit to continuous growth. As you move forward, let the growth mindset guide you toward the person you're capable of becoming. Chapter 9. Success Through Connections. The Role of Community. Have you ever noticed how the most successful people often seem to have a strong network of supportive relationships? This isn't a coincidence. Success doesn't happen in isolation, it thrives in connection. Building meaningful relationships and surrounding yourself with a community of supportive, like-minded individuals can amplify your efforts and accelerate your growth. At its core, a community is more than just a group of people. It's a network of individuals who share values, interests, and goals. Whether it's friends, family, colleagues, or mentors, these connections provide emotional support, practical advice, and new opportunities. When you cultivate strong relationships, you create a foundation for mutual growth, where you can give and receive encouragement along your journey. Consider the story of Emily, a graphic designer who launched her own business. At first, she tried to do everything on her own, from marketing to client relations. She quickly became overwhelmed and felt isolated. Recognizing the need for support, Emily joined a local entrepreneurs group. Through this community, she found mentors who shared valuable insights, peers who understood her challenges, and opportunities for collaboration. With their encouragement, Emily's business began to thrive. Her success wasn't just about her individual efforts, it was the result of the collective strength of her community. One of the most powerful aspects of community is its ability to provide accountability. When you share your goals with others, you create a sense of responsibility to follow through. For example, imagine Alex, a runner training for a marathon. By joining a running group, he not only improved his training, but also found a source of motivation. Knowing that others were counting on him to show up kept Alex consistent, even on days when he felt unmotivated. Communities also offer diverse perspectives. When you connect with people from different backgrounds, industries, or experiences, you gain fresh insights that challenge your thinking and expand your horizons. For instance, Sarah, a nonprofit director, sought advice from a business leader about improving her organization's fundraising strategy. The leader's perspective introduced innovative techniques that Sarah had never considered. By embracing diverse viewpoints, Sarah strengthened her organization's impact and learned new approaches to problem solving. Supportive connections are especially valuable during times of challenge. Life's setbacks can feel isolating, but having a network of people to lean on reminds you that you're not alone. For example, when Marcus faced the loss of a job, his community rallied around him. Friends and former colleagues offered job leads, helped him refine his resume, and provided emotional encouragement. Their support helped Marcus navigate the difficult period and ultimately land a new role that aligned with his goals. Building meaningful relationships takes effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. It starts with being intentional about the connections you cultivate. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Seek out those who share your values and are committed to growth. These relationships create an environment where you feel empowered to pursue your dreams. Take Emma, a writer who joined a book club focused on personal development. Through the club, Emma met individuals who shared her passion for storytelling and self-improvement. Their discussions and feedback helped Emma refine her craft and stay motivated. The relationships she built in the club not only enriched her work but also added joy and fulfillment to her life. Equally important is the value you bring to your community. Meaningful relationships are built on mutual support. When you offer encouragement, share your knowledge, or lend a helping hand, you strengthen the bonds that connect you. For example, when Julia noticed her colleague struggling with a project, she offered to share her expertise. Her support not only helped her colleague succeed, but also fostered a deeper sense of trust and collaboration within their team. Technology has made it easier than ever to build connections, but it's important to prioritize quality over quantity. A large social media following might feel impressive, but meaningful relationships are built through genuine interactions. Focus on nurturing connections that add value to your life and where you can contribute in return. Reflect on the relationships in your life. Who are the people who inspire and support you? Are there connections you've neglected or opportunities to deepen existing relationships? For example, reconnecting with an old mentor or expressing gratitude to a close friend can strengthen the bonds that matter most. Now think about the type of community you want to build. Are there groups or networks that align with your goals? Whether it's joining a professional association, attending local meetups, or participating in online forums, finding the right community can open doors to new opportunities and relationships. To put this chapter into action, take a moment to evaluate your current network. Write down 3 individuals or groups that have had a positive impact on your life. Then identify one way you can nurture each of these connections, whether it's sending a message, offering help, or scheduling a catch-up conversation. Next, think about a new connection or community you'd like to explore. What step can you take this week to engage with them? It might be attending an event, introducing yourself to a colleague, or reaching out to someone you admire. Building connections isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you give. By investing in relationships and creating a supportive community, you amplify your own success while helping others achieve theirs. Together, we achieve more than we ever could alone. As you continue your journey, remember that every connection you make is a step toward a richer, more fulfilling life. Chapter 10. Your Insightful Legacy. Empowering Long-Term Success. What will your life stand for? And how will your growth impact the world around you? Legacy isn't just about what you leave behind, it's about the meaningful difference you create while you're here. Building an insightful legacy means shaping your life in a way that empowers both yourself and others to achieve long-term success. It's the culmination of everything you've learned, the values you hold dear, and the actions you take to make a lasting impact. At its core, an insightful legacy reflects your commitment to growth and contribution. It begins with understanding your values, those guiding principles that shape your decisions and goals. When you live in alignment with your values, your actions naturally create a ripple effect, inspiring and uplifting those around you. This legacy is less about material accomplishments and more about the positive influence you've had on others' lives. Consider Daniel, a software engineer who built a successful career through hard work and innovation. While proud of his professional achievements, Daniel wanted his impact to go beyond his job. He began mentoring young programmers, sharing his knowledge and experiences to help them succeed. Over time, Daniel realized that his legacy wasn't just the projects he completed, but the people he empowered. His mentorship shaped the careers of countless individuals, leaving a profound mark that extended far beyond his personal achievements. Creating a legacy also involves using your unique strengths to serve others. Whether it's through mentoring, teaching, or simply leading by example, your strengths can inspire and uplift those around you. For instance, Anna, a high school teacher, discovered her gift for storytelling. She used this talent to connect with her students, making lessons more engaging and relatable. Her impact went beyond academics, instilling confidence and creativity in her students, qualities they carried into adulthood. Building a meaningful legacy doesn't require fame or extraordinary circumstances. Small, consistent actions can have a profound impact over time. Imagine Maria, a nurse who always took the time to listen to her patients' stories and offer encouragement. Though her actions seemed small, her kindness and compassion left lasting impressions on the lives she touched. Maria's legacy was built not through grand gestures, but through her unwavering dedication to making others feel valued. An essential aspect of creating an insightful legacy is sharing your knowledge and experiences. The wisdom you've gained through your journey can guide others on their paths. For example, when James retired from his career as an architect, he started volunteering at a local community center, teaching design workshops. His willingness to share his expertise inspired a new generation of architects and fostered a sense of pride in his lifelong contributions. Your legacy is also shaped by the relationships you nurture. The connections you build with family, friends, colleagues, and your broader community play a central role in how your impact is felt. Take the story of Elena, a grandmother who devoted time to sharing stories and life lessons with her grandchildren. These moments not only strengthened their bond, but also instilled values of resilience and kindness that her family carried forward. Another way to create a lasting legacy is by contributing to causes that matter to you. Aligning your actions with a purpose greater than yourself creates a sense of fulfillment and amplifies your impact. For example, Liam, an environmental scientist, dedicated his free time to organizing local cleanup drives and advocating for sustainable practices. His efforts inspired others in his community to take action, creating a collective impact that extended beyond what he could achieve alone. Legacy isn't something you build at the end of your life, it's something you cultivate every day. Every decision, action, and interaction contributes to the story of who you are and what you stand for. By living with intention, you shape a legacy that reflects your values and aspirations. To start creating your legacy, reflect on the values and principles that matter most to you. What do you want to be remembered for? What kind of impact do you want to have on the people and world around you? Writing down your thoughts can provide clarity and serve as a guide for your actions moving forward. Next, identify ways you can use your strengths to serve others. Think about your unique skills, talents, or experiences. How can you share these in a way that benefits those around you? For instance, if you're a good communicator, you might mentor someone who struggles with self-expression. If you're skilled at organization, you could help a friend or colleague streamline their work process. Finally, consider how you can contribute to a cause or community that aligns with your values. Whether it's volunteering, supporting a nonprofit, or simply advocating for an issue you care about, these actions create a ripple effect that extends your impact. To put this chapter into action, begin with a practical exercise. Write down 3 ways you can start building your legacy today. For each, consider how it aligns with your values, how it uses your strengths, and how it serves others. Then commit to taking one step toward each of these actions within the next week. For example, if one of your goals is to mentor someone, reach out to a colleague or friend who might benefit from your guidance. If you want to contribute to a cause, research local organizations and find one that resonates with you. Remember, your legacy isn't defined by a single moment or achievement. It's the sum of your actions, choices, and relationships over time. By living with intention and focusing on the values that matter most, you can create a meaningful legacy that empowers both yourself and others. As you continue your journey, let your legacy be a source of inspiration, guiding you toward a life of purpose, connection, and lasting impact. Conclusion. Reflecting on growth. As you reach the end of Growth Insight Strengthen Your Path to Success, take a moment to reflect on the journey you've undertaken. Together, we've explored how to build a foundation of self-awareness, embrace change, clarify your focus, cultivate resilience, and take intentional action. We've examined the power of leveraging your strengths, fostering meaningful connections, and adopting a growth mindset, all while considering how to create a lasting legacy. Each chapter offered practical tools and insights to help you unlock your potential and move closer to your goals. Thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself by reading this book. Your commitment to growth is the first step toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. If you found this content valuable, I encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to stay inspired and connected. Your journey doesn't end here. Keep growing, keep striving, and keep thriving.